Welcome everybody to the Dole information and training video. If you're watching this video, there's two reasons why possibly. One, you want to join the Department of Law Enforcement. Yes, you could be a member of the Department of Law Enforcement. Or you're watching this because you just got in and you are going to be trained and this is going to help. So we're going to go cover over some of the basics in the Department of Law Enforcement, going over how we get started, the gas mod that we have, pursuits, making a traffic stop, kind of the important stuff that we do in the police role play. If you guys are interested in joining, the link will be in the description below, and I got Troy and Cooler here with me today to help me do that. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so when you go 10-8 and when you start your shift, you we're basing this right off now if you spawn in Sandy, if you're a county unit, PD. So for the Sandy map over here, you come over here, you grab one row of weapons, you grab your pistol, your taser, your rifle, your body armor, and your shotgun. Sometimes there's batons, sometimes there's not. Depends on the day, depends on the map. So you grab one row, and then if you are a PD unit, you get in the black Chargers. If you're a Blaine County Sheriff's Office officer, you get in the blue either Charger or the Suburban. If you're a Paleto Bay officer, you're up there in Paleto, you get the gray Charger. Highway Patrol has their own station, which you guys will see shortly. They're in the white Chargers. So then you grab your appropriate car. I'm a county officer. I'm the director of Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Get in your car, you call yourself out. You have your call sign, so I'm 1 King 17. So you go 1 King 17, I'm 1044, 10-8, acting supervisor. So you call yourself out, and then next thing you do is you have to get gas. So we have implemented like a kind of gas mod, and you basically every 5 minutes of getting a new vehicle, you have to go get gas. You have to sit at the gas station, kind of like honk your horn like they do in FiveM servers, and kind of just hang out there for about 30 seconds, and that's your way of getting gas. And you have to get gas every 20 minutes if you're an officer. So that is the gas mod. That is a restriction to, you know, kind of just driving around. If you run out of gas, you have to RP that. So as you can see, Troy behind me in his HP car getting some gas. Alright, we are here at the San Andreas Highway Patrol Station. If you get assigned to the SAHP, this will be your station. You will not be loading out at the Sandy Shores Sheriff's Office, but rather here at our custom-built station. You can see the loadout of HP cars. Ignore Troy's terrible damage. You got your meeting room back here where you can also arrest people and book them. Got your water machine, your snack machine, you know what you need. And then the weapons are back here. So if you are a highway patrol officer, this is where you will get started. This is at the corner of Route 13 and Joshua. You can see right there. Nice and beautiful. So next we're going to head out over to Paleto Bay. Alright, on our way to Paleto Bay, we're going to show you guys an example of how to drive code 3 to a call. If you get called out to a call and it's code 3, you got to be careful when driving. You can't be swerving in and out of your lanes, nearly hitting AI vehicles and possibly other civilians out on the road driving. So you have to be aware that using your priority siren, you know, the semi-trucks won't really listen to you, but you got to brake for vehicles. You can't just fly into the dirt. You got to slow down, so that way you're not putting other people at risk. You can see I got Cooler and Troy behind me running code 3 as well. They're doing a good job. But you got to be careful, especially on intersections and whatnot. You can't just blow right through them. You got to slow down. You got to play it legit. So this is a good example of how to drive code 3. I think Troy has something he wants to say.
Yeah, also do not pass your fellow officers unless they assign you to.
Correct.
Don't like try whipping across. I know it's hard to, but sometimes you just kind of have to.
And that's how you kind of do it in pursuit. You stay single-filed. You do not pass unless the officer ahead gives you permission. If you're going through an intersection, you got to slow down. You can't just blow through it. You never know what kind of cars might be coming through. Let the cars move over. And now we are here at Paleto Bay. Not much is too different. They got the vehicles. You can see the silver Suburban and the silver Charger are the Paleto Bay assigned vehicles. We got also a couple county vehicles back here as well, just in case, because Blaine County Sheriff's Office and Highway Patrol are allowed to come back here. And then you got your weapons back here as well for the PD officers. up here in Paleto Bay. So that's basically kind of the jurisdiction for the county map. You know, this does not include the city. Once we get a lot more members, then we're going to be doing full statewide maps. But that's going to require a lot of manpower and a lot of civilians to do a statewide map. So that is basically the area. So now we're going to go on some more procedures, how to make a pullover properly within DOL community standards, how to do some pursuits and whatnot, some basic DOL community procedures. One King 17. I'm gonna have a 1011. It's gonna be on Paleto Bay Promenade. 1 King 43. Can I have you additional 32? Code 2 response.
10-4. 10-4.
Alright, so guys, we just made a 1011, which is a traffic stop. We saw him pass a car illegally in an intersection. You will usually never call for backup yourself, like the unit. It'll always be the dispatcher or the lead supervisor. Just for this example, I'm calling in Troy as backup. So we're going to go ahead and show you how you walk to the window. You always want to angle your car. I probably could have done a little bit of a better job. You want to make sure your car is angled so that way you won't get hit. You want your backup to do so as well, to angle their car. And then you go ahead and walk to the window. If it's on a tight road, you want to walk to the passenger side, and you never want to stand in front or behind the civilian vehicle. How's it going, sir? Captain Burke with the Blaine County Sheriff's Office. You know why I pulled you over today?
Not exactly, but could you tell me?
Yeah, okay. I saw you kind of coming down speeding a little bit. I visually saw you speeding, and then you illegally passed a car and went through an intersection. So can I get your license and proof of insurance for this vehicle, please?
Okay, hang on. Let me get it out. Okay, here you go.
Alright, thank you very much. I'll be right back with you. My officer will keep you company.
Okay.
So what you do here, then, you go back into your vehicle, you turn your lights off, so that way it's not just blaring sirens. And we use Discord as a CAD, so you go into the CAD, you find their registration, the name they give you, you run their information, and that's basically how you do it. So after that, you would either give them a ticket, if they have a warrant, you go in and arrest them and whatnot. So that is basically how you do a traffic stop.
Sir, what's that white substance on your lap and your seats?
See ya!
Alright, he's taking off.
Come on.
Taking off. Alright, 1080 in progress. So a 1080 is an active pursuit. The lead unit will call out the 20s, which is the locations. Alright, 1 King 17 is primary. He's going to be heading down Great Ocean Highway, southbound lanes. He's going to be continuing, driving through intersections, driving erratically. Might have 1050'd with a Sand King. Slow rates of speed. So in a pursuit, only join if the dispatcher or the lead supervisor calls you onto the pursuit. Do not just join unless you were on the traffic stop originally or as a backup unit. And always drive single-filedly. Do not go and try to pit them unless you have clearance for a pit. And always ask for clearance for a pit. Don't just go in for it. So unless they are driving erratically, so you got to be careful in these situations where you could possibly run into other vehicles. So as the lead unit, you will always call out primaries. You always call out 20s as the primary unit. So he's continuing on US Route 13, southbound lanes. It's going to be a black Canis Jeep-looking vehicle. And he's continuing, weaving in between cars. He's driving extremely erratically. Alright, so we'll roleplay as though he was a little bit more dangerous. We'll go ahead, we'll have asked the supervisor or dispatcher for clearance for a pit, and we received it, so you have to make sure it's in a safe spot with no traffic. So we have the semi here, but it's kind of clearing out. This would be a good spot, so you kind of go in for the side and you try to get the back side out. You really only get one shot with it, and then you get out box them in, and you get them out of the vehicle. So that is basically pursuit procedure. Not nearly, mostly almost all the pursuits will not end with the pit, but we're showing you guys how to do it in the Department of Law Enforcement. So guys, at the moment we use Ps4 Party Chat to use the voice chats. The way you need to use it is if you're on a traffic stop as an officer, you need to know who the civilian is. You can open your map, zoom in on the player, and you'll see their PSN name and any other officers that are on scene with you. And then you mute the rest of the officers and everybody else. So you hold down the PS4 button. You're not going to see this. You go to party, and then you go over everybody else's name, and you go ahead and mute them. See, now Troy and Cooler can't hear me, and they can't, and I can't hear them. So that way, when we're on a traffic stop, the officers that are not on a traffic stop can hear us. So that way, it's nice and simple. You're not hearing everything that's going on. And that is currently the system that we use to talk. Alright guys, that is gonna do it for this episode. If you're a new member of DoL, congratulations on getting in. Hopefully this little video helped you out with your training. It's not the only training you're going to receive, but hopefully it will help. And if you are interested in joining the Department of Law Enforcement, the link is in the description below. So thank you very much guys for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it, and we will see you next episode.